Hey everyone, and welcome back to Always Remember Me. When we last left off, we were visiting Aaron, and his father was there. Now, a little bit to go on with this series before we begin. I think it's starting to reach its end, so to speak. Not that I'm not enjoying the game, I'm actually enjoying it fairly much, but I noticed over the last two episodes that the game is starting to kind of hit the point of not a lot happening. There's not as many scripted scenes or anything along those lines. It's more or less just kind of up your stats, choose which way you want to go, so on and so forth, which is kind of, it's bumming me out a little bit, and I'm noticing it in the reception for it. So all in all, I think this experiment was fun, but this is probably going to be the last episode we do, and I'll find a different project to kind of fill in the blank, which is more or less what I've been using this for. Just kind of fill in the blank. Oh, hey, I don't have very many videos this day. Let's pop one in there. Other experiments are going well, so I'm not complaining too bad, and maybe there'll be some of this in the future, but yeah, it's kind of hitting routine level, so it's not as exciting as it used to be. But yes, when we last left off, we were with Osher and Aaron. There was no sign of Abigail, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't relieved. But yes, Osher. It looked like they were having a somewhat serious conversation since the topic died as soon as I walked in. Good afternoon. Hello. Hi, Amy. I shook Osher's hand and smiled politely before turning to Aaron. Did you like the books I brought the other day? Yeah, thanks. Abigail already read one of them to me. It was great. I'm glad to hear it. I have another one for you. I handed the book to him, my smile never fading. He took it and examined the cover curiously, flipping it over to read the summary on the back. What is that? I will tell the truth. It's a copy of a book Aaron got for me a month after we met as a present. It's a really great book. Isn't that a romance novel? Well, yeah, I thought it might be something that could help him remember the past if he saw it again. It sounds interesting. Do you remember it at all? Aaron looked a bit apologetic and shook his head. Sorry, I don't remember. Oh, well, if you ever want me to read it, I'm sure you'd like it. Okay, thanks again. Why did you bother bringing it? It sounds like a waste of time to me. My gaze fell to the floor and I felt the unpleasant feeling of guilt return. Sorry, I thought it might help. It didn't. Father, you don't have to be so hard on her. Amy meant well. Woo! 5 additional relationship. I felt my heart leap when I heard him defending me. Even if he didn't remember me, it still felt good, like he still cared. Still, we need to focus on professional methods of recovering your memory. I'll be happy as long as you can remember, Aaron. I gently placed my hand over his, and he smiled with a nod. I'll do my best. And here's what I mean by that whole routine thing. Did we actually manage to borrow new books? Nothing interesting. Alright, that being the case. Less people in the shop. Lawrence looks more relaxed. Well, that being the case, let's... come on, man. He left with a weird excuse today. Well, let's do some overtime, I suppose. The game knows I'm leaving. It knows! It refuses to allow me anything. Well, let's go home. Read one of my new books.
Awesome!
Haha! Not a particularly original story, but some morale is not bad. Oh, terrible day.
Yahoo!
Slept peacefully. Exactly what I needed. Alright, well, it's the weekend. I believe Lawrence is busy on the weekends. Aaron's at the hospital. We've basically checked everything there is to check, so... the downsides of routine. Let's relax.
Who's awesome? I'm awesome.
And yes. That's our last day. Can we fit everything into this? We still can't afford that laptop. Let's go to visit Hugh. He always likes me.
I'm awesome.
Showed me some sketches. I got some creativity. Alright. Yeah, it's a fairly alright time. Yeah. Well, let's try the public pool. Or I could get gym and pool monthly access. Yeah, no, I still want that laptop. The disco, you can only get a drink. And we don't have an elegant dress. It's gotta be noon or sunset. Ah. Ugh. Aaron and Abigail. Nah. You know what? We'll try Lawrence. Yes! I like Lawrence White.
Yes!
I find him cute. Managed to find some time for some small talk. Well, let's head home. Let's cook something.
That could have gone better.
I put too much salt in. Man, I'm as bummed as Amy is.
Yeah!
Hooray! Dreamed of a world made of ice cream. Well, let's work overtime this weekend.
Woohoo!
Not terrible.
Who's awesome? I'm awesome.
We're leaving on a high note.
Yeah!
Let's just work the day away.
Pretend you didn't see that.
Alright. Maybe we're working a little too much of the day away. We'll read our last book. I'm rather disappointed. Especially after all the hype. Aw. Well, we made money.
Bring it on!
Yeah. Alright. Set to work.
Yay!
It's a good work day.
That was easy.
An awesome work day. Good soundtrack behind me. How much was this? $299. We need more money. More.
Yes!
Yeah! Just keep poking it a little bit more. How you doing, Lawrence?
Who's awesome? I'm awesome.
Woo! We chatted about the latest books and movies. He's a boy of vast knowledge. Oh, wait, yeah. Borrow new books.
Yes!
It's Monday. Even knowing that this is the last episode, I'm still obsessed with the routine and doing as
Who's
good as
awesome?
possible.
I'm awesome.
Alright. Oh, it was a hot day and both Lawrence and I were working at the ice cream shop. There were countless people coming into the shop to taste or buy sweet treats to cool off. All the tables were occupied. One very pretty girl wearing a tank top with a low neck was standing in the line and smiling at Lawrence. When he looked up and met her gaze for a moment, she winked at him playfully. I feel like I'm being watched. Looks like you've got an admirer. You've got to be kidding. But she does seem pretty interested. You think? I don't know. She's been staring right at you since she came inside. I bet she likes you. Really? Well, I'm not good with kids. Lawrence was blushing slightly, looking rather uncomfortable. Really? But she's so pretty. Don't you want to have kids in the future? No, I wouldn't be a great father. I can disagree with him or tell him to change his attitude. Wow, those are terrible options. I can't agree with him and be like, you know what, it's not for everybody. I think he'd be fine. That's not true. You're a really nice guy. Any girl would be lucky to have a father like you. Sweet. Nice good bump in Lawrence. Maybe I'll date him on my own when this whole series is done. Speaking of, it's getting close to that time. He looked even more uncomfortable at my comment. I doubt it. The pretty girl was next customer in line, and our conversation fell into a whisper. Look how cute she is. We're at work. Shh. The pretty girl smiled at him, her eyes bright and cheerful. Hello, I would like to order a chocolate ice cream, please. Sure, coming right up. I took her money and handed over her change as Lawrence fumbled with preparing her ice cream. Dropping the first cone on the floor, he mumbled an apology before getting a second cone and filling it. He walked back to the counter and held it out to her. I felt his hand brush against mine briefly as I handed the pretty girl her change. Still flustered, the ice cream cone slipped from Lawrence's hand. Ah! The ice cream cone landed on her head, most of its contents slipping into her tank top. Her expression was one of horror, and her happy smile instantly turned into a glare. Oh my god, you're evil! That's cold! Sorry, I'm sorry. The girl left in a huff, waving him off with another glare when he offered to get her another cone and some paper towels. Are you alright? I told you I wouldn't be a good father. You can't... I can't argue it.
That could have gone better.
And it was a terrible day. An abysmal day. Well, it was also the last day, so that's it. There's not much more to say. I could try to find somewhere where I can talk to things. But, yeah. That is it. So, no more Always Remember Me. Talk with Gwenda. Let's try to finish this day just so that maybe I can get a save. Saving would be nice. Let's write a poem.
Bring it on.
Cool. Wrote a poem.
That was easy.
Talk to our friends. There we go. And that's it. See you with another series.